plastic cable making machine operators manufacture cables for household use as well as for power lines and heavy machinery. The process begins when a thick raw copper rod runs through a drawing machine. It is cooled by water and is pulled through a series of dies or molds which get smaller and smaller. Eventually, it's reduced to a thin wire we recognize in our household cables. The rod breaker operator is responsible for setting up the machine with the correct die sizes. He also makes adjustments to the speed and power, and later he checks the final product in the lab and labels the rolls of wire. Strands of copper wires are then combined together by the buncher. The number of strands depend on the cable's use. For example, 7 strands are used for household cables, and up to 19 can be bunched together for cables that power large machines. The buncher operator checks the copper strength and that the right sizes are fed into the machine. He also makes adjustments to the speed or power, checks the final product in the lab, and labels the drum. The armorer operator is responsible for steel wire armored cable manufacture. This insulates the copper, for example, for underground power cables. This protects them from damage and rats. And now the wire is covered or insulated with thin plastic cables. The plastic insulation operator runs the extruder which coats the wire. He fills a bucket called a hopper with raw plastic which is melted as it moves through the barrel. As the wire runs into the extruder, it's evenly covered in plastic and cooled with water. The operator also checks the machinery, mixes plastics if necessary, and ensures the cable sizes are correct. Cables are combined together depending on their purpose. For example, 13 cables are combined for the power lines we see between street lights. These go into the binding machine where they are bound together with bind before going through a plastic extruder. The coiling operator coils the cable into the required lengths, usually 500 meters, with the help of a meter marker. The HV operator tests the cables for high voltage to check for defects. If the cable is safe, he seals the drum and marks it. Different types of plastics are used to make cables, such as PVC and polyethylene. Halogen-free plastic is used in mines because it doesn't give off toxins if it burns. A colored stripe identifies the type of plastic used. For example, a white stripe is used for halogen-free cable. Plastic cable operators need a grade 10 qualification and train on the job. They use reading, writing, and numeracy skills in the workplace. Attention to detail is important. Their accuracy keeps us safe every time we use electricity.